in 2025 was provided to the township clerk, posted on the township website, and provided to newspapers on December 26, 2024. May I ask you all to stand to salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
How are you?
Sorry, I'm late.
No worries. I started a minute. I wasn't sure if you were Zoom or, but anyway, here you are. Okay. The purpose of Millburn Special Improvements District is to promote, grow, and support local businesses, property owners, residents, and visitors, and to encourage the economic, cultural, and social vitality of the township through increased marketing and visibility, improved and renewed infrastructure, and local business development and engagement. Mr. Grillo, would you please take the roll call vote?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Can someone just let me know if you can hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
All right. My apologies for not being there this evening. Alexa Clark, Tim Hoffman. I just saw him leave. Alexa, stop. Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg.
Here.
Ben Stoller.
Present.
Ashley Schultz. Richard Wasserman.
Here.
Stephen Weiner.
Here.
Alex Zaltzman.
Here.
You have a quorum, Chair.
Thank you very much. May I have an approval of the minutes from the February 27th, 2025 that appeared in your packet attachment 1? Motion. May I have a second?
Second.
May I have we can do a voice or a roll call. I always forget.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg.
Yes.
Ben Stoller.
Affirmative.
Richard Wasserman.
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Treasurer's report. Mr. Weiner.
Okay, materials are in your package, and just as of February 28, 2025, we had in the bank $42,435 and change. Virtually the same on March 5th. Just note the special assessment, it shows 0 collected, but we do expect within about a week, the initial check from the township in, was it $108,000, Steve? Oh, there he is.
Yep, that's correct.
108,000.
108,000 and change.
Yep, okay, so that should be coming within a week or so. Just looking down at the expenses, so far year to date, we spent around $43,000, which are all expected and on track. Our budget remaining for expenses is $338,262. That's all I have for you.
Thank you. Does anybody on the dais have any questions with respect to the budget? Okay, moving along. Township Committee report, Mr. Stoller.
Thank you. The America 250 celebration committee status. Right now, things are progressing great. There's numerous groups involved. I think we've had two and a half meetings so far. And we've also worked with Steve. Explore is going to mainly be working to connect the World Cup festivities during that summer to the 250 ceremony. So that should be fun. I know a lot of activities going to be going on in New Jersey at that time. And then on the Town Hall Plaza closure, we introduced it on March 18th with a final vote expected on April 15th. And then after that, we will introduce at the same meeting, the Town Hall Plaza public consumption to get that passed. But everyone's excited, ready to go. And that's it.
Ben, are the dates for the closure, were they the same or extended from last year?
They're roughly going to be the same.
They're the 20th, I believe, that Friday. We open for the band. And we go through the August 31st.
Oh.
So the day before Labor Day.
Thank you.
That's right. So let's do
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because, we all say in township committee meetings and people, oh, summit this, summit that, Westfield this, Westfield that. I cannot even tell you guys how much positive feedback I have from people on the train on the way to Manhattan on the township plaza we have. And from Summit and from Westfield and things along those lines that, they're, oh, we wish our town could be like Millburn-Short Hills, you guys are killing it, things like that. So it's good to get that feedback from other town residents.
And construction won't get in the way in terms of the physical space once that kicks in?
Well, why don't, we'll let Tim
okay.
give us, the town hall
Tim's gonna
update and
Perfect.
what that'll look like with respect to, Town Hall Plaza closure and the nuances of, what we can anticipate.
Absolutely. So I'll start in reverse, just as far as most of the work to actually do demolition inside the building and then expand the footprint of the building. All of that will be taking place after the Town Hall Plaza closure. So there's going to be internal work happening in the building starting very soon at the end of April. But we're not doing anything to expand the footprint or knock down the alarm building until after the Town Hall Plaza closure is complete.
Great.
So that just wanted to start in reverse, and then I'll work through where we are with the relocation efforts. Yesterday, Town Hall was closed to the public to help start facilitating the process of packing all the boxes and making this move happen. And we are on target for our move date of April 18th. So Town Hall will be closed on Wednesday the 16th, Thursday the 17th, and Friday the 18th in April to make sure we get everything we need out of this building into our new location at 22 East Willow on the 18th, so that we're back up and running as best as we can on April 21st. Obviously, that has implications for our meetings here. So we've been working with the Board of Education to be able to go to their facility. And so on April 24th, our next meeting, that is the expectation of where we'll be having our meetings through the end of the summer. All of our township meetings, whether it's township committee, planning board, zoning board, we're planning on working with the Board of Education to work that out at least through the end of the summer, and then we'll revisit where things are at that point. So the expectation is for April, May, and June. That's where we'll be for our SID meetings.
So we will meet at the Board of Ed building on Millburn Avenue.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It's great. It's like a homecoming.
Alex, we saved your chair.
Yeah, I even have my plank.
Exactly. Your name placard, you can bring that back.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Anything else we should know, Mr. Hoffman?
Not at this time, but we're.
Is everybody gonna fit at 22 East Willow?
Yes, believe it or not, the footprint is basically the same as far as the square footage goes. It's going to be a different working environment because obviously here with this building, there's a lot of
Nooks and crannies.
and segmented offices. But yeah, we'll be able to fit and be ready to go. Hopefully, as smooth as possible for April 21st.
Right.
Will this meeting room be the meeting room in the new iteration? I didn't look at the plans.
No, so as part of the extension off the back of the building, there's going to be the municipal court and the new meeting room in that new part of the building.
Great. Does anybody have any questions?
Are you gonna set up the cameras and stuff like that? I mean, they have a whole streaming thing going on there. You gonna stream this stuff?
Streaming, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, does anybody on the dais have any questions with respect to the relocation or the April 24th, 6:30? We will be at the Board of Ed. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Slattery.
Good evening, everyone. Quick updates. The Bear Properties case, which we're now calling Bear Properties 1 for reasons that will become clear in a moment. There was another case management conference last month. I don't have a trial date, although I was told that one might be set by the court. They haven't entered it yet, so I'll refrain from guessing at it, but the parties are still figuring out if they're ready for trial with the court. When there's a firm date, I'll circulate it, and if the trial takes place before the next meeting, then obviously I'll have more substance to report on that. There was also a second lawsuit filed by certain members, property owners in the SID. We'll get into the substance of that case in closed, obviously, but the responsive pleadings for Explore and for the individuals named is I believe it's April 14th. So we'll have a responsive pleading in by then, and then we'll give an update at the next meeting on what the timeframe looks like for that case, and answer any other questions you have in closed about it.
Thank you very much. Marketing and events, Miss Dean.
I will try to be brief. We have a lot going on. Okay. So first of all, Restaurant Week, we are in the midst of it. I'll have a fuller report in April, but I have a lot to report quickly. 32 participating restaurants, 42 unique specials that range from prefix to complimentary items to free tasting. So I hope you're all going out and visiting your favorites in some new places this week. We hired 8 influencers this time for Instagram. And between all of them, there are 22 posts that are happening they started March 12th, and the last one was today. I did a quick run of the response, and as of this afternoon, we've had 134,736 views combined of these reels. 3,845 likes, 314 comments, and 1,551 shares. So pretty great. And I know that's going to continue to grow. Explore, we have had 14 posts and or reels. And this whole week, myself, Steve, Corinne, Zach, and our intern Ari, we have all been going to participating restaurants, and we've posted 27 stories so far. We have probably about another 10 to 12 more to go over the next couple days. Let's see, besides the banners and other things, we have had, with the 4 dedicated e-blasts that we've done for Restaurant Week, an average of 51.5% open rate and an average of 1,616 clicks. Something new this year we wanted to do was really push lunch local. So what we did is we put all the lunch specials, anything that was happening either all day or lunchtime, that kind of thing, and we took them to 180 second floor, third floor office spaces, professionals, boutiques, to drop them off in person. And Corinne and Zach did that, and they said the response was really great. People were excited. So we'll see what we hear from the restaurants, but we've really never made an effort that specific. So I'm glad we did it, and we'll see what happens. And then
Amanda, let me just,
Yeah.
This is the 3rd or the 4th year? Third year
Third.
restaurant.
yeah, and
Okay.
so this is also the 3rd year we have partnered with Opportunity Project. They have been involved in everything, and the restaurants that were also supporting Opportunity Project were included in the NJ Hipsterbia reels. So that was like they got a second influencer inclusion for that. And I think the other thing I wanted to say, so Opportunity Project's working with 4 restaurants that combined are putting 2,000 flyers in there to go packages this week. So our logo's on there, and Live Bread's our sponsors on there as well. So we've just every angle possible. So it's been great. I'll have more to report. We did do a paid e-blast with New Jersey Digest. I'll have those stats for you at the next meeting. But yeah, so far it's been great. We're learning a lot, but I think the exposure for the restaurants in the community in general has been phenomenal. Anybody have any questions?
Tell us, okay. Tell us about the interns. How are they?
They're great. Well, so Zach and Corinne are marketing assistant, public space assistants, and they've been from the jump, onboarding them and everything, assisting with anything from website maintenance to helping with Restaurant Week items to social media, and that's been a big help because there's just so much to cover. So instead of me necessarily going with Steve to a new business to record a reel, Zach will go or Corinne will go, and then they'll prep it and they'll post it, and that's saving me hours. So I can concentrate on other things. And Ari Rosen, who's a junior at the high school, is just awesome. I was like, can we hire you? So she wants to stay on with us through the summer, which will be great. And she's just really, these kids are getting really good. They're polishing their skills, they're paying attention to the more successful influencers, and it's nice to watch this happen and also be there to guide them as well. So yeah, they're wonderful. And then we're gonna be starting to do work in public spaces, and then Town Hall Plaza, obviously, so we can report more on that. And they all get along, so this is good too.
Is there any comparison for the numbers you had before, you know, in terms of how many hits we're getting compared to last year?
I'll have to do that for the next meeting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see
yeah.
the comparison.
Yeah, because we're still with the
Still in it.
date, with the data isn't comprehensive,
Yeah, I
it
know
says
it's
Wednesday.
not, I know it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, no, and I mean that, you know, we've worked with a few new people this year. And the response has been really great with the majority of them. And, you know, we've got like our Jessica Chu, people just love her
Yeah, so-
and really like her stuff. NJ Hipsterby was great. We worked with Tipsy Critic. So yeah, if you haven't, just take a look on our Instagram page. And one thing I will tell you I did, I wanted to take as much advantage of the influencers as possible this year and make sure the businesses were benefiting as much. So I give them very strict instructions on choosing collaborators, who to tag, what hashtags, everything. So if you look, the bottom is consistent on every influencer one. And then when they choose someone for a collaborator, it's exposing all of their followers as well. So we are getting our money's worth out of these people.
great.
Any other questions?
Most of the people you hired this year are the same that we hired last year for the most part? Or do you have a few additional?
So I'm gonna go off the top of my head. Jessica Chu, we used, I think Tipsy Critic last year. Brian from My Inner Fat Kid is out. We used again, he's great. We worked with a couple new people this year. Hey There Montclair. Heidi Bloom. She's a character. I just love it. Heidi Bloom, she's the Livingston food czar. And
She's great.
Yes.
she's
It's funny.
She's
The-
so
the
cool.
hat and glasses.
Yeah.
you guys had your visit.
I saw it. Yeah.
And then if I'm saying it right, Isaiah, she's new. We tested her out at La Strada just to see how it was to work with her as well. And I think I don't know that we worked with NJ Hipsterby last year. I've had to check, but it was a really great because they came to Opportunity Project. They filmed the members there, and they went to all the different places, and it was just a lovely experience. So yeah, I can send you all the specific names. I think I got most of them.
That's fine, I just for.
Yeah, some old, some new.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
These videos, I'm just watching the reels. This is being done by the interns.
The ones that are done by the interns, it's like an explore post.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's
so-
really good.
Ari, she's doing her series is Around Town with Ari.
Yeah.
She's wait, I wrote it down in the other room. She's getting
Yeah,
over
hungry.
1,000 views each time.
It's like killing me.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's starting to compete with Steve, so he's gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
You hear that, Mr. Grillo?
Yeah. But she's just delightful, and the thing that's nice about it too is it's engaging a younger
It's a different
audience.
demographic.
And more local people that are
Right.
parents and everything, and Zach also
She's
is
really
a
good.
local resident. Yeah, they're
It's
really
really good.
phenomenal, so we're very fortunate.
That's great.
But anything else?
No,
Okay.
on to sponsorship
Sponsorship.
update, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're kicking butt. We at this time have committed sponsorships of $22,750.
Wow.
That's almost 50% of last year. That's 14 specific sponsorships. And it's from, let's see, I think 6 or 7 sponsors. And I perceive we could be raising well over 70,000 this year with my goals. So we are well on our way. And then 9,000 of that 22,750 is already in. The other 13,750 is coming. And one group to note is the Veterinary Emergency Group.
Yeah.
They're moving here onto Morris Turnpike, so they are wanting to make a splash. They're spending $8,000 with us.
What spot are they moving?
They're moving into the
this-
Harmon.
Yeah, where the old Harmon was.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're really excited about the community, and so we're gonna be working with them to help them get acclimated and.
That's $50,000.
What are they,
That's substantial.
I know.
Pretty good, what are they asking you to do?
So they're different levels at different events. So they're the signature sponsor at Halloween. It's, yeah, right, so I think they're doing Town Hall Plaza, Winter Villages, and the Upper Millburn Ave Block Parade. Cause last year we had Garden State Dental Designs, they spent over 10,000. Cause they were, what we're finding is there's a mix of new people trying to get the word out. And then, regular business and
Put them
people
on
that
the
are from
map.
out of town.
Yeah, and it was just key at every town hall plaza, we mentioned the sponsors, give them all the accolades, because they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
And is any of these sponsorships shifting towards digital, towards our,
So, I think I had told you that, I believe, I'll have to double check it, but that Live Breads, is gonna do the website for Town Hall Plaza. They're that sponsor, cause you had brought that up.
Yeah.
So, we have that opportunity for every event. So I'm confident most of them, if not all of them. will.
Yeah, as we shift into gear, I think that could be like the new horizon, just go towards, see if our sponsors want to, have a banner, digitally or on our website or on our social media.
Right, and the main thing is we wanna have value on the website, so it's not just about the content, are we getting the visitors, are we getting everything else? So that's something we're gonna be concentrating on.
I will miss this.
This spring and into the summer to really get the website in good shape and working for us. But yeah, so we're off to a good start, and also Home Instead is going to fund the outdoor movie night again at Town Hall Plaza. So we just have to get that scheduled.
Was there that new outdoor furniture
That's
place
coming
near?
backyard.
That's
Backyard
backyard.
living.
Okay, that's, okay, I
That's
forgot their
Steve-
name.
Steve will probably talk about it.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
that's further down on the agenda.
And solicitations went to all past sponsors in January, so I'm still following up with them, and then in April, I'm gonna be doing a more comprehensive sponsorship solicitation program, so we're getting started at this point. Any other questions?
No, it's great work, great news.
All right.
Don't slow down.
Okay, Girls Night Out committee update, and event update. We've had 3 committee meetings so far. Our 4th is next week. And it's just a reminder, June 5th. We're doing this from 5 to 8 p.m. The theme is Disco Inferno, Staying Alive in Millburn-Short Hills. Activities, we're working with local dance studios where we should have confirmation in the next few days. Hala Dance Studio, which is next to Spotless Dry Cleaners. We're hoping that they're gonna be the main performers doing different themed dances around town. We'll have our DJs again, street giveaways, refreshments, restaurant specials, promotions, psychic readings. And then we are gonna do something a little different this year. We have our swag bags we normally do. We're gonna do Staying Alive kits. And they're gonna have like scrunchies and face masks and that kind of stuff. So we're putting that together, and then the other thing, let's see, we have returning sponsors, Real Style Exchange, Shala's, Spotless is new, SLT My Skin, Game Changer is signed up. I'll have an answer from Barnabas next week. They're reviewing it on April 3rd, and then we'll be going after others as well. So we're gonna kind of hit the ground running next week. We just need to get through restaurant week.
When is it
Yeah.
gonna be?
June 5th,
And do we have a rain date?
I mean, yeah, but that's a hard one.
I know. I just wondered.
Last
Yeah.
year.
Huh?
Last year, I think there was something with the weather. right?
We've had something,
Yes.
it was
Challenging.
smoke from Canada,
Oh, you need some-
massive thunderstorms last year, right? We
Right.
snuck it right in between.
Yeah.
And then we had the monsoons
That was
The first
3
year?
years ago, yeah.
every year. So this is number 4. It's just gonna be just fine. But that's the all I've got for the update for now, but we'll have more for the next meeting, so.
Sure. Great.
Thank you.
And just repeat for my edification, please, the theme is called,
It's Disco Inferno, Staying Alive in Millburn-Short Hills.
okay,
And we're working on the branding now. But that's it for the moment, so.
great.
It's gonna be, I mean, if we can outperform last year's, I mean, last year was unreal, so.
Yeah.
We can press, 10-20% on top. of
Well,
that.
we're gonna spend a lot more money on influencers this time. Just to compare, Restaurant Week is purely marketing. So that's all we spend on is marketing, whereas Girls' Night Out, it's a little more divided. There's entertainment, there's the swag stuff, there's all these other things. So we're gonna definitely expand the influencer coverage, so that should make a difference as well.
And that's a Thursday night, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. Okay, anybody from the dais have any questions with respect to marketing? Okay, Mr. Grillo, you
Good
have the
evening.
floor.
Thank you, Chair. So I almost made it 4 years of perfect board attendance. I apologize. Feeling a little under the weather today, but thank you guys for having me virtually. New business, closed business report. We have 522 businesses as of the end of February. In March, none have closed and none have opened, but we do have 5 that are under construction. Peel Juice Bars at the former Elephant Plate in downtown. You've probably noticed that their sign is up. Ship Short Hills is at the former Paul Masters on Upper Millburn Avenue. That's a shipping and mail type business. You may have seen the new signs for 2 ice cream stores. Urban Scoop is going to be at the middle unit at the Futter Building in downtown. They are a offshoot of Maroon's Creamery, which has 2 locations, one in Hoboken and one in Ridgewood. And then Van Leeuwen Ice Cream, which has locations all over the country, is moving in next to Willow and Whisk, essentially across the street from the Standard. And then, as Jackie mentioned, we have a veterinary emergency group space that's going to be opening at the former Harmon on Morris Turnpike. Also, unfortunately, Lex isn't here. She's also ill. But for those of you that have a copy of the Short Hills magazine, or Millburn and Short Hills magazine, there was a really great feature that she actually helped instigate. And it focuses on businesses on Upper Millburn Avenue. And the editors went and actually interviewed different business owners and residents and asked them what their favorite go-to businesses on Upper Millburn are. So I think there's 4 or 5 interviews and probably over a dozen businesses are mentioned. So I just want to give kudos to Lex for coming up with that idea. It was actually, I think it was the January meeting where the editor, Mary, presented, and Lex brought that up to her, and it was in the latest edition. So we're really excited about that. We also have 2 grand openings. Those are both in partnership with our friends at the Chamber of Commerce. Backyard Living, which is what Stephen just asked about. It's a very top-notch outdoor and indoor furniture business, but mostly outdoor. That is tomorrow. The event is from 3 to 5, and the ribbon cutting itself will be at 4 p.m. And that is located right next to the gymnastics school in the Panera Shopping Center on Morris Turnpike. So everyone is welcome to attend that 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow with the ribbon cutting at 4. And then Concierge Pediatrics, which is actually located literally next door to Backyard Living. That will be a month from tomorrow on April 28th. That's a Monday night, 5:30 to 7 p.m. And I'll provide you guys with more information as we get closer to that date. But those are the 2 ribbon cuttings that we have scheduled at the moment. And I'm happy to answer any questions before I move on to the next topic.
Does Backyard, I'm just curious, Backyard Living or Concierge Pediatrics or even this emergency vet, do they have other locations in the area, or are they just one-offs, or maybe you don't even know the answer?
No, I don't know about the veterinary group, but Backyard Living has another location in Bergen County.
Mhm.
They've had that store for about 20 years, and this is the first time they've expanded, but they thought the Short Hills market was ideal for them. And then Concierge Pediatrics has locations throughout the metro region.
Great.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you for that update.
Sure. On the administration side, if you recall, the township committee asked to initially meet with me to discuss what they call the SID review committee. That committee is comprised of Deputy Mayor Cohen and committee member Sacamandi. So we met on March 7th. We had a very productive and robust conversation. There will be some next steps to discuss, but we're going to discuss that in closed session because there is overlap with Bear Properties 1, and so it really wouldn't be appropriate to discuss it now. But I can tell you that I think the conversation that I had with both Mr. Cohen and Mr. Sacamandi was very, very productive. On the business advocacy side, I submitted a grant this month to M&T Bank. It was a $20,000 request for a facade improvement program. I think it was back in 2020. It's either 21 or 22. I can't recall. But we had a program called Explore Refresh. And we gave small grants to businesses to improve their exteriors. And so this would be a similar program. But we're asking for $20,000 from M&T Bank's foundation. And then also working with M&T, we've already recorded a webinar about small business banking and some of the basics of understanding some of the different things that small businesses need to know when it comes to banking. That is already on our website. And then in mid-April, I'll be recording with them a fraud prevention interview. We'll circulate that as well. Obviously, with so much digital commerce going on, and even old-fashioned check stealing and check washing, which is an issue, we want to make sure that our businesses are aware of those issues. So one is already on our website. The other one's going to be recorded soon. Any questions on that before I get to Main Street, New Jersey?
No, but I'm sure everyone knows that there was another incident of check washing right out of the Millburn post office, right across the street. So
What was that?
check washing, where they take a check that you write to say explore, they change the name, change the amount, and use that and create a fraudulent check.
Steal a check out of the mailbox.
Out of the mailbox.
Fish those checks out, but what's the person who's, one of the people said they actually used the check safe ink. And it still got washed.
Wait, say that again?
There's a check safe ink.
Yeah.
That you can use, and they had said they'd used that ink and it still got washed.
Because they can scan it.
I don't know the specifics, but
Okay. So carry on, Mr. Grillo. Main Street, New Jersey.
Yes. So earlier this month, I submitted an application for what they call the transformation grant. So last year's is the parallel example. The state of New Jersey offered $150,000 grants to any Main Street community. At that time, there was 25. Now there's 29. They re-released that program for 2025. I completed the application and submitted it. Last year, the announcements were in July, so I'm hoping that it's a fairly similar timeline. I worked with Mr. McDonald and the township engineers on the application, and it is a request for $150,000 to improve the sidewalk on Millburn Avenue between Main Street and Lackawanna. The bricks are in pretty poor condition. There needs to be improvements to street trees, lighting, a whole host of things. So that application's been submitted. It's part of a larger vision that the town has to connect the parking deck to the art alley to the new Taylor Park Gateway, which you may be aware that there is a improvement project planned for the Taylor Park entrance at Lackawanna for this spring. So hopefully it makes that area more pedestrian friendly and more attractive, and it'll look like the area between Town Hall and Main Street. Obviously, it's not going to be as comprehensive or as capital heavy as Complete Streets was, but we certainly want to take some of the best elements of Complete Streets and incorporate those. So once I get notified as to the award, I'll certainly share it with you guys, but it's a terrific opportunity for the town to receive $150,000 worth of grant funds. And then finally, Amanda and I will be attending the Main Street America Conference. This is our first time at a national conference. It's April 7th through 9th. It will be in Philadelphia. And we're looking forward to some of the really great speakers and other folks that are coming from 44 different states. And I'll give you some feedback at our April training session. There'll be a lot of content about our Main Street designation and some ideas about how we can continue to implement that designation. And that's my report.
What are the dates for the Main Street America Conference?
April 7th through the 9th, Monday to Wednesday.
Correct.
Is it at the convention center?
No, it's at the Marriott.
Okay, great.
Is there a fee for that?
So the Main Street New Jersey program actually pays for 2 tickets per designee. So we don't have to pay for the tickets. We just needed to pay for my hotel accommodation.
Okay, if I wanted to come down and go to a session or so, is that possible or no?
Yeah, we can speak offline. There's a couple of different ticket levels. So as a board member of a Main Street program, there's a level, and then if you're only coming for a day, there's a cheaper price. So yeah, we can absolutely coordinate that with you based on your availability.
Okay.
Great. Does anybody have any questions for Steve?
Yeah, Steve, do you remember, unfortunately, I had to miss the training from Main Street, those 2 evenings. Did they record those? Can I?
Yes.
You know,
I was traveling as well.
They did record them. I have not received them from Main Street America yet, but I'm going to ask for the recording once, you know.
Yeah,
Did you see it?
I actually saw it, heard it. It was fabulous. It was really, it's just a wealth of information. I mean, and I thought they had a lot of great ideas. And, you know,
Yeah, I did want to
every
see
other
it.
meeting we can bring up some of their ideas. You know, a lot of great fresh ideas for boards.
Okay, good.
Great. Anybody else have any questions? You'll hunt down that Zoom for us.
I will do my best.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody else have any questions for Steve for now? Okay. Public comment. The public is invited to speak, to provide comments and ask questions at this point. Those utilizing Zoom or phone will also have the opportunity to speak. Clearly state your name, speak into the microphone, and limit comments to 3 minutes. Prepared statements may be sent to steve@exploremillburnshorthills.org. Please remember this is a business meeting and professional decorum must be maintained. If a speaker engages in disorderly conduct that disrupts the meeting or is meant to intimidate an attendee, they will be asked to cease their public comment. All questions must be directed to me, the chair. At the conclusion of public comment, members of the board may respond or ask staff or the attorney to do so. Staff and the attorney will not answer questions without a request from board members. Mr. Slattery, did you want to add anything to that?
No, I don't think we need to, really.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I would invite the public to speak. Do we have people on Zoom as well?
We have participants, but no hands raised yet.
Okay, all right, we'll take it from the audience then first.
Again, Jeffrey Feld, 11 Alexander Lane, Short Hills, New Jersey. I just have 3 points. Because you're moving to the Board of Education, please, I think you have to renotice the location and also to check out, because at the Board of Education meetings, there's no Zoom participation capacity as it will say 2 days ago. And that should be something to look for. If there's not going to be capacity, I think that should be disclosed to the public, that if they need to make comments, they have to be in public. As to BP1, the court on March 12th set an April 7th trial date. Right now, there is a conflicting case management orders as to what can be the evidence. And I guess we're all waiting for whether the judge is going to have a conference to settle the form of the order for the April 7th meeting. But an interesting, I recommend that you get a copy of the transcript to understand what happened at that case management conference. And also at that conference, the Judge Spencer asked, like, who was in the audience? And the audience was Perry Urso. The last time a judge asked me who was in the audience, the FBI raided Orange City Hall the next day. I don't know if that's a coincidence. And as to Bear Properties 2, that case has been assigned to Judge Gardner, who was our original affordable housing judge.
Hi, Vicky Powell, business owner. A couple things. One, I have to say, the social media for Restaurant Week is incredible. It is so good. I called, I told Steve and Amanda that it's just, you guys hit it out of the park. I hope that maybe we can do after Restaurant Week and Girls Night Out, maybe just do an influencer, talk about Millburn-Short Hills, come to Millburn-Short Hills, maybe do something like that and feature the districts, see what goes on here, what goes on there, maybe do something like that, because I think that is what everyone does. Social media is the key, and I think that is a key that we need to keep building on and keep the momentum going, because it really, you hit it out of the park. Also back to parking, business owners parking in the meters. I know a couple meetings ago, we talked about that the town now has new ways to check the meter feeders and all that stuff. I think you need to send an email out to the business owners and let them know, because I did tell a couple business owners that do park in the meters, and I've had this discussion with them. They had no clue, and then they're like, oh, I think I need to go get a permit. So I think if you let them know that this is going on, maybe this will incentivize them to go and get the permit, because it is a problem, and it's really not addressed that often, because the meter man does not come out every day. And I had another thing, but I can't remember what it was, but thank you.
And Vicky, thank you for posting. I see all your posts also, so, which we're grateful for.
Okay, is there anybody else in the audience that would like to make a comment? Do we have anybody on social media, on Zoom?
No hands are raised.
No hands are raised, okay. All right. May I have a motion to go into, okay, at this point, before we do proceed, I'd like to close public comment. May I have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second, but you need to read the resolution to go into.
Yes, Mr. Grillo, I should read the
It's
resolution.
attachment 3.
Yeah. Whereas the Open Public Meeting Act provides for the exclusion of the public during the discussion of certain matters, and whereas prior to the exclusion of the public, it is required that the Board of Trustees adopts a resolution stating that the general nature of the subject to be discussed and stated as precisely as possible the time when the minutes of the discussion conducted in closed session can be disclosed to the public. Whereas the body is about to consider a matter which falls within the purview of NJSA 10-4-12 and can properly exclude the public from such discussion. Now therefore be it resolved that the Millburn-Short Hills Business Organization Board of Trustees shall enter into closed session to consider the following matter: litigation matters regarding Bear Properties 1 and 2, SID Review Committee as it pertains to Ordinance 2561-20, personnel matters and board appointment. It is further resolved the minutes of the said discussion shall be made public as soon as the matter under discussion is no longer of a confidential nature. I hereby certify that the above resolution was duly adopted by the Millburn-Short Hills Business Organization Board of Trustees at the meeting of said Board of Trustees on March 27th. Thank you.
I have a motion and a second. Can we just have a voice vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The closed session should last somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, but we have no intention of taking any formal action, so the public may go home if they like.
Thank you.
And then if someone could just call me from your cell phone, it would be appreciated.
There we go.
So I have a motion to return to.
Well, we're in open now, so,
Make a motion to-
yeah,
close.
yeah,
May I-
motion to adjourn. Just say we're back, we're now back.
We are now back in open session. May I please have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
We are adjourned. See you
All in
all.
favor?
All in favor?
Aye.